Hey guys, Dougie Boy here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I bring you a teardown video of a Bitcoin lottery solo miner. It's a Bitaxe Supra Hex 702. It was purchased used off eBay, so I've needed to give it some maintenance before adding it to my fleet of miners. So I thought I'd bring you along with the process of me doing that. Throughout the video I've sped up some parts, so it's just me unscrewing the abundance of screws it has. I've had to re-record the audio after the fact due to having some technical issues, as well as my kids decided to make too much noise in the background, so it kind of affected my process. I couldn't exactly hear myself properly throughout, so I've had to record it at a later time. Yeah, I'm just giving a visual inspection of all the connections and where they've taken a mental note of where they are. I didn't realise at the time that the power connector was soldered to the board. I tried to undo the power connector from the outer casing, but it didn't exactly go to plan. Even with the needle nose pliers, it wouldn't completely come undone. I later realised that the backing nut holding the connector in place had rounded off inside the 3D printed surround. So I thought, you know what, I'll just desolder the connections from the spade connectors on the board itself. Due to being in the UK, it's quite tight on space, so the kitchen counter that I'm currently recording from, I was struggling for space with the soldering iron and other bits and bobs. I am planning on buying or getting a workbench, so for future ones it'll be easier to break down the miners. Yeah, I'm just getting the board into position, and with a used paintbrush, just dusting off all the dust and debris that's built up throughout the time it's been used. Making sure not to damage any of the soldered connections. Saying that, I realised I've just knocked off a heatsink off one of the components. Luckily, it didn't bring the component with it. I'm just removing the old heatsink so I can add a bigger heatsink to it. So I'm just blowing off and getting rid of all the other dust on the board itself. I then realised that the board was from Tiny Chip Hub, so the components I would know they're quite good for this board version. I didn't have any isopropyl alcohol on hand at the time, so I'm just using that alcohol wipe to get rid of all the old dried on thermal paste. Brushing and blowing off the massive heatsink that keeps all BM1368 chips cool. I was struggling at the time to get the new heatsink stuck on. I later realised I didn't remove the old thermal glue that was on the voltage regulator, so that was the reason why the heatsink kept slipping off. The heatsink kept falling off. I'm just cleaning all the outer casing now of all the dust. Get it prepared to put back together. Yeah, I'm just figuring out the heatsink orientation of the board. I didn't realise at the time that one side's longer than the other. The only thermal paste I had on hand was the Arctic MX4, but I've used that on all my others, and it's been working quite fine. My application here is quite messy, so I was rushing. At the time, I had kids messing around in the background, and I was getting distracted. With the thermal paste not being conductive, it shouldn't be too bad anyway, so it shouldn't cause any issue. It best here is laying the heatsink down and then placing the board on top of it, so it's easier to line up the screws without making too much mess with the thermal paste. The assembly time, the 3D printed case is quite finicky, so it took a bit longer to get back in place. Funny moment here, my phone slipped out of the camera mount and landed on the miner. Watch me fail here. I forgot to add the third piece back onto the back that holds the fan in place. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out that I'd forgotten to put that in. And I thought that was quite funny as well. It was quite under my nose. I decided to add a second fan to this setup and have it in a push-pull configuration to try and help with the cooling. I didn't realise at the time that the tab set up on the fan header was different to the board connections. So I was just trimming off with a blade two of the tabs so the fan was flipped straight in. there you go, guys. Thank you for watching my first video. And hopefully you've been able to hear me through my janky audio setup. As I've just noticed throughout the video, the audio keeps cutting in and out. So I'll try next time of getting a better audio setup. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.